And we are back. We are back with another one. If you guys missed our last episode, we talked about the different ecosystems. It's actually a really, really good convo. Did I get this right? Ecosystems. Yeah. So tech ecosystems. We talked about streaming, Apple, Android, Amazon, crypto, home tech stuff.
Everything.
Huh?
Everything. We talked about everything.
Everything. So make sure you guys do check out that episode. It was a pretty good one. And we did talk about smart cell phones. We began with iPhones and slowly moved over. And there's a lot of smartphones that are coming out for this year. So we wanted to dive into that. I'm also in the market, so I'm actually going to be very, very picky on my needs. And I know Next Level's had here some pretty cool phones. The one that he has, that flip open thing, fold, Z10 Max XL, whatever, I want it, but might be surprised I might not be getting it though, because I have different use needs. Now,
Right.
everybody out there that's listening, make sure you guys do leave us a comment or a review. What phone do you guys have? Let us know. What phone do you guys have? Would like to hear from you guys. What do you use? Why do you use that phone? Some of us love Android and we'll stick with Android. Some of us love Apple and we'll stick with Apple. So let us know in the comment section below. Also, make sure you guys do check the description. We have a couple sponsorships. Get a VPN. We tell you guys, get a VPN, and we have a really good deal going on right now. So check out the description below. Same with Buzz TV. If you're looking for a streaming device, Buzz TV is where it's at. They had some of the best devices that came out in 2021, and some of the most powerful devices that this streaming market has seen. So make sure you guys do check them out. Okay, Next Level. How are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm drinking my Rockstar here because we're rock
Still don't
stars like
understand
that.
how you can drink a Rockstar so early in the morning.
Well, do like to get me going, and then I'll start running on the treadmill and working out, and I'm just go.
What do I do? Can't blame
I
me
don't
for
know.
that.
That's what I do, but okay. For those of you guys that are watching YouTube, you guys will know what I'm talking about. For those of you guys that are listening, we'll try to describe this as best as possible. Your phone, that flip or fold.
Yeah.
So ever since I've seen that phone, I've wanted it.
But it's not necessary.
But it is. The thing with me is I'm always on the go, and I don't want to take a tablet. Like, what am I going to do with my tablet? Put it in my back pocket? And I'm at the airport and I pull out this, you know what I mean? Maybe I could put my tablet inside my backpack and then I'm on it. But I like to multitask. Like, I've had subscribers say, like, dude, my iPhone can do that. My you know what? Every phone can do that. Every single phone out there can have multiple windows. And I'm like, Android's been doing it before iPhone. For anybody who's like, oh, iPhone can do it too. I'm like, dude, iPhone's like 100 years behind Android right now. So here's the reason why I want that phone and I need that phone. I need some more real estate.
Yeah.
When I'm opening up these different apps, different tabs, like internet tabs, yes, I can open up a window over here and a window over here, but that window on the side is small. Even if I
Yeah,
were to split it down the middle
it's even
and
smaller.
I go, yeah, it's even smaller. Even if I go landscape and I try to split my screen back and forth, it's not like it's okay that I can do those things. I could do multiple things like that, but that fold, it's nice because it looks compact, it's small. It's maybe a little thick or thicker than what most people are used to. The second you open it, it gives you a much wider screen than any other phone. So for me, I need something like that because I'm constantly going from I'll open up one tab in Google and I'm working on a different tab in Google and I'm doing some work going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I don't want to see a smaller window where I'm just like my eyes are already bad enough as it is.
Yeah, that's the main thing with me. My eyesight is getting worse, and I find that because the screen's bigger, it's a lot easier to see, right?
Mm-hmm. So I'm in the market. And here's the thing, I cannot get that phone as much as I need it and I want it. I have a greater need though right now.
What is it?
Video.
Right. Like this phone is nice, but there's pros and cons to it, right? I do think that it's not ready for prime time yet. So I have the Fold 2. The Fold 3 is out now. The Fold 3 has your water resistance. But it's almost like they don't want to give you everything in one shot. So the Fold 3,
Right.
you can get, with your stylus, your S Pen, whatever you want to call it. But why didn't they build it inside of the actual device? Like, why didn't they? Right. So it's almost like the Fold 4 or the Fold 5 is going to be where it becomes more of a standard device. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
And that's
Um
probably when you're going to get better camera, maybe to be a little bit wider. Now there is competition that's coming out now. I think Huawei has some pretty good devices that are actually better than what Samsung's putting out. But there's a
Hawaii.
lot of Hawaii, yeah, whatever complications with them and politics and Google and USA and all that kind of stuff. But if we were to go hardware for hardware, specs for specs, usability, all that kind of stuff, Huawei's like they're doing some really good stuff right now.
Yeah. Um I So okay, I already know whoever's listening to us right now and whoever is watching this, they're probably saying like, "Dude, get an iPhone or get the new S22 Samsung or get the Pixel or OnePlus or Huawei or whatever." So my Note 10 takes some amazing pictures and amazing video, and I've showed like I've argued actually with several people that they'll say like, "Hey, my iPhone takes better shots than that Note 10." And the first thing I do is, "Really? Here, I'll show them a picture. This is this is a picture of wherever I'm at." Or if you go to my Instagram Rojas reviews, you guys will be able to see some pictures that I post from my travels, some tech stuff. All of that's on my phone. If you go to my YouTube travel channel, all those videos are from my phone. Here's the thing though. Everybody has told me like, "Oh my gosh, that looks amazing." They're like, "That's not a professional camera." I'm like, "That's my cell phone." The one thing I noticed, and I've actually seen this because there's a lot of people that do use their cell phones. Sometimes you get this incredible, not image, and I'm not talking about how good the image looks like because most of these phones, the quality looks amazing. But there is one feature that my Note 10 does have, and it works well, but it's not as good it's not as good as I would want it to be. And I know as we're getting better, like I'm seeing YouTube channels of videos of all kinds of stuff doing this, but I'm looking for this one thing, this main one thing, stability.
Oh yeah, like image stabilization.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a gimbal, and when I use it and I move it around and everything, I can tell when I'm moving it around. I can tell when it's moving. It's not like it pans cinematically, or even if I'm doing it, it's not as smooth as I would want it to go. And maybe I do have the Osmo Action gimbal, the first one, and maybe I need to get the new one. I don't know. The new one I know gears a lot to like magnetic style with Apple products, and I'm not in that ecosystem. So what do I do? But I'm very I've seen, oh, actually there's Instagrammers that will grab their phone, and I don't know if you've seen this, but they'll grab their phone, they'll run, and they'll be like, and then they they move around, they do all this stuff, and
Yeah.
they go, and then you actually see the edited version, and it looks insane.
Yeah.
Like how, like when they slow it down and how like cinematic it looks like, and I'm just like, and it's not an iPhone. I'm like, what phone is that? I'm like, holy crap. I'm not so worried about the audio because I think most audio capturing is bad. And I think you could get probably like a Rode. You could probably do some kind of Bluetooth. There's a lot of things that you can do with mic. I do want a good mic though, because I know the mic on most of these cameras aren't that good, but I want it better than what I have. But that's kind of what I'm in the market for right now. I want something that the stabilization is really, really good. And yeah, recommendations. Leave us a comment or review. Have you tried any of the newer phones? Or if you're a content creator, I want to know what has a really good stabilization. And I know I'm going to be bugging Next Level about it too.
I really think that the optimizations that the new Pixels have done would probably be really good for content creators. And when you look at some of their videos of their new devices, they're really focused around content creating. But here's the problem. There's no one phone that's perfect for every situation. Like I
Mhm.
would love to have an iPhone for some of the recording features and benefits, right? But I would also like to try out a Pixel to see, is it that much better than what I'm currently using? But I do also enjoy using my Samsung phones. So it's hard to
That's the
say.
thing. I love my Samsung phone. And because I love how well this thing works, I want to get the next Samsung, because I am, we just talked about the ecosystems. I love Samsung's ecosystem. I love their TVs, their appliances, their phones, some of their smart things. I love what Samsung does. I've heard about Pixel and OnePlus having better stabilization, better video quality. I was watching, so as you guys know, I'm getting more and more into my travel channel. I've been posting videos. It's funny because I've been posting pictures on Instagram, and I'm getting companies that are just like, hey, do you want to come over here and review our place, our Airbnb or whatever, in like Lake Arrowhead, Big Bear, Newport Beach, San Diego, San Francisco? And I was like, sure, I'll check it out. I ran into another YouTuber she's a Spanish YouTuber. Um, she ran into one of my videos on how to speak Fijian.
Yeah.
And that video did very, very well. I was learning how to speak Fiji, how to speak, with the natives and stuff, and just learning a couple words. And she sent me an email and said, "Hey, she's a Spanish YouTuber. Um, and said, "Hey, I really like your content. I've noticed you are a much smaller YouTuber." I think she's like somewhere in the, I don't know if she's in the million subscriber count yet, but she's getting pretty close. But she was just she said that one of her next trips is going to Fiji, and she wanted to ask me, what do I recommend? That she saw some of my videos and she saw I was also a content creator, so she wanted to reach out. And so we were just talking by email, and I said, "Hey, send me your YouTube channel. I want to check, see what you got." I saw her channel, and I was just like, "Holy crap! The freaking quality is amazing on this stuff."
Yeah.
She's using a cell phone. She's using a brand that I haven't heard from. She's from Venezuela,
Okay.
and like it's literally, you know, when you play some of these games like Far Cry, or maybe not Call of Duty's graphics are good, but they're not as good as like Battlefield. The graphics just look insane. And you know what? I kind of want to find one of her videos real quick to see if I could show it to you, because it's nuts. Like, the quality on this thing is just absolutely insane. But that's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something that I could, like, when people look at the video, they're just like, I want that. I want that to be like, what are you using? You know what I mean? So, what have you heard of while I'm looking for this thing? Might take me a minute for me to find this video. I got all these YouTube channels, so I got to search through my history. But what do you have? What have you heard of some of these new phones that are coming out with this year? And some of, like, I don't know if you've heard of some of the new features, some of the new upgrades. What have you heard for this 2022?
So the one that I've, I guess, been following the most would be the new Note. And if I was to buy a new phone right now, that's it's kind of where I'm heading towards, is the new Note. Um, so what I'm understanding is that the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra will now be the new Note. I don't know if that's 100% true or not, but it makes sense to me. Like, why have a regular, a plus, an ultra, then go over to a Note that has a regular plus and an ultra as well? Like, there's just way too much options for the consumer. And if you're just going to go premium, why have a premium Galaxy and a premium Note? Like, premium's premium. So I kind of like how they're kind of, if they're going to be going this route, to kind of cut the amount of product lines that they're having. And I think this should have been done a long time ago, because it started to get way too confusing. It's like, okay, do I want a big phone? Do I want a big phone with an S Pen? Do I, like, do I want an even bigger phone? Do I want the biggest, baddest phone with an S Pen and really good optical zoom? You like, So I'm really excited that they're going that way. It says that the announcement should be coming out sometime next month about the S22 designs. It's going to have a glass back for all the models and an S Pen for the Galaxy S22 Ultra, slightly different screen sizes compared to last year's models. And it says, this is what they always say, but it says that there's big changes coming for the cameras. But
Mhm.
that's what they say every year. It's always a big thing. Oh, the camera is better than it always has been. Um, it says that there's going to be smaller batteries, and I don't know how I feel about that yet. We'll just have to see, because the battery optimizations are getting better. Charging times are getting better. So I don't know. It says that there's going to be better, obviously, CPUs, the Snapdragons and the Exynos, and then the internal storage to be the 1 terabyte. So we'll see how it goes.
I found the video.
Yeah.
That way you guys could check this one out. It's insane. And my video looks pretty close to this, but yeah, I gotta I want to show you guys. Especially the beginning of this video is nuts. The only thing is yeah, I just don't, I don't want us to get in trouble with copyright stuff and all that. But some of the stuff that, let me see if I can find a really good image here. No, dang it. Where's that clip? I thought it was in the beginning. I guess it's not. But she's using her cell phone. Oh, here we go. Here we go. That's her cell phone. And you see how like smooth everything is?
Yeah.
It's just, it's absolutely insane.
So if that is your focus, there is a website that's based around like video and pictures, and it ranks all the smartphones. It's called DxOMark, and that'll rank everything. It says that the number one for photos is the Huawei P40 Pro, and the best for videos is the same phone. But then it goes down, and best for wide angle is the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra, and then best for nighttime is the Huawei P40 Pro. So far, all the ones that I've gone to, like Zoom is the Huawei P40 Pro. Bokeh effect is the actual Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus. That has the best bokeh apparently.
And that's the thing. It's look at that, dude. She's in a helicopter right here, just taking, like, literally in a helicopter with her phone, taking videos. So that new Note that's coming out, do you think it's gonna be like you were saying about that Ultra? Oh man, look at this image. See, for me, when I see this, I'm just like, holy crap, dude. That's wow. That's wow right there. When you can get images looking like that, that is amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I guess when, what'd you say, the Samsung
S22 Ultra Note Galaxy Mega Plus. I don't know. I think that one should have one of the best cameras that comes out, obviously, because the Galaxy, not the Galaxy, the Note 20 Ultra had the best camera from Samsung, and they skipped last year. So I'm waiting to see what they come out with for this year.
Do you think that new Note is going to be this? You're saying it's going to be a combination of the two, right?
Well, it's a Note and a Galaxy. That's what I'm understanding, right?
And you think it'll be better quality, better stabilization?
I'm hoping. I'm hoping.
Yeah, me too.
I'm hoping.
So
But
go ahead. Sorry.
for the foldable phones, the focus right now is not. I don't think it's cameras right now. So if you're looking to get the best possible cameras, I don't think that's going to be something that we're going to see on a foldable device for at least another 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. And
It's
that's
not the
why I'm
focus.
not, that's why I'm like, I'm not going to get, I'm not getting the, oh, I see your thing here. I'm not going to get the foldable because as much as it's going to be great for work to make my work streamlined, the thing is that I need to produce content. So I need to have like without my content, I can't work. You know what I mean? So I I have to outweigh the two. I'm just like, okay, what do I need? Do I need something that can streamline my content, or do I need something that's going to be great for videos, like with stabilization, which is the best thing?
So according to this website, the best phone for camera is a phone that's less than $1,000. It's the Huawei P50 Pro, and it's $907. And then after that comes the Huawei Mi 11 Ultra, which
Xiaomi.
is, well, huh?
The Xiaomi.
Xiaomi? Whatever.
You call it
Xiaomi?
Huawei.
Oh, sorry. Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra. And then, look, the top three is not an Apple or a Samsung device. And then when you keep going down the list, there's the Google, there's a Vivo, there's an Asus. Where's Samsung? It's not even in the top.
Samsung's not even in that list.
Where? Hold on, load more. Samsung. Here's the Samsung S20 Ultra 5G. That's all the way down here.
See, that's kind of that's crazy. When I see Samsung that far down, and I'm looking at other phones that are like outperforming it, I don't want to get into to Apple. I've tested Apple before, and I've seen other people's Apples, and I'm not. Yeah, that just sounded weird. Other people's Apples, and I'm not impressed. Like my Note 10 can do like pretty amazing stuff.
But let's be real. Between, I don't know, where the iPhone 13 Pro Max is ranked and where the first Samsung is ranked is maybe by 10 points on this scale, however they're measuring it. Like it's a pretty close measure ranking. This is just on camera though. Just camera.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know if that Huawei or Xiaomi will be good or not. Like, actually, I don't even know if it works in the States.
It should.
You think so?
I think so. I mean, if you go to the forums, I'm pretty sure you'll find out. But as long as it has the bands, then there's no reason it shouldn't. And they're usually built with the bands in them. So yeah, this is a really interesting chart. Best for battery is the Oppo. Yeah, this is interesting because
Yeah.
wireless speaker.
It sucks that I can't. Like, I would be interested to check out the Xiaomi or the Huawei to see how well it works. Because those top two phones, they're significantly away from everybody. It goes from 144 to 139. You know what I mean? It drops pretty fast to 137 Apple.
But it also says so for the front facing camera, the P50 Pro is ranked number 1 too. So not only is the back camera good, the selfie camera is good as well. And then if you look at the 40, it still has pretty high rankings for both cameras.
Even the Google Pixel 6 Pro, it's pretty close to that selfie. The only thing is the back camera is not as, it's still good, but it's not as good. It's about what, 9 points below?
Yeah.
Their top one, and it looks like it's almost as good as, it's only like a point or two from Apple.
Right. Then the argument is, what style of image processing do you like better? Because it's not just about the camera, it's also about how they process the image and how it looks like naturally when you take it, right? Because you've seen pictures taken and you're like, that's too much saturation, or it's blown out here, or you know what I mean? So it's almost like you have to really look at the style of the image processing of the AI and see what do you like better from what company.
Look that up. Best phone with video stabilization. You know, like I know people say like just get a gimbal. I got a gimbal, but you could still tell when you're moving it. Most of the time, this is what I do. I'll hold my phone like this and pan like that, and the cinematic will move it really smooth. But I'm moving it really smooth also, as smooth as I can. Sometimes with the gimbal, as you're moving it, sometimes it's not as smooth. What is this? What you got?
This is 7 affordable phones. I don't know if I want affordable phones.
Yeah, I don't care about. Yeah, I don't want affordable. I just want best stabilization possible. So it's interesting. There's a lot of stuff out there, but let us know. Leave us a comment, leave us a review. Let us know. We want to hear from you guys. Give us some feedback on phones. Like I said, Apple, I'm pretty much shutting Apple out because the biggest thing with Apple is they don't have Android. It's got Apple. And there's a lot of limitations when it comes to Apple. And the question usually is what are you missing from Apple that you're getting on Android? Well, I want to customize stuff. I want to get into the root stuff of things. I want to be able to manipulate things. I can't do that on Apple. Apple has a lot of great apps that does things for you. But that's the thing. It's if I want to be like, hey, this is what I want to do, I don't want to get that. I don't want to get that roadblock. And I know Apple can do so much more now, but I don't want to be like, great, this thing can do so much that my current phone can do. And then I'm just like, I wonder if it does this, and then roadblock. So I don't want to experience that because this next phone that I'm getting is going to be my next phone for the next several years. I got the Note 10 when it first came out. Was it 3-4 years ago?
Yeah. 3 years ago, 3-4.
Yeah.
About that.
Yeah. I got this thing when it barely, like, I think it was like, I don't even think it was like officially out yet. So the next one that I get, I want it to be like no limitations. If I want to do something with it, there it is, So if I want to put some APKs on it, that's another thing too. You can't put APKs on Apple. So when people say like, "Whoa, what kind of APKs do you want?" Doesn't matter. I cannot put APKs on Apple. So what do you got? You got something?
No, I'm still looking. I'm just it takes a little bit more to find what has the best stabilization.
Yeah. It's crazy. So I'm very interested to see. I'm actually surprised that the Samsung Galaxy S21 was so far down. I'm curious to see if the Note, if they say this new Note is going to be just as good as that Huawei or the Google Pixel, I might wait till then. But it's got to be very close to it. I kind of want to go the Google Pixel. What is it? The Google Pixel, the Google Pixel 6. I literally combined Pixel and the number 6 together. It was the Google Pixel 6 Pro, right?
Yeah.
That one just came out.
Yeah.
I should be able to go to a Verizon store and test it.
Check it out, or you can hit them up on Twitter, and they might be able to send you one.
Yeah, that'll be cool if I could, if I could, if I can get my hands on one, test it out and see it, and then if I don't like it, I'll just send it back. Yeah. So very interested to see. I was looking up bestreviews.com. I don't know if I agree to this list. Obviously, this is like their picks, but I wanted to get some of this info so that way you could see what it is. But according to bestreviews.com, top 10 best phones. Top 10 best phones. Ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay. Where's my thing here? Top 10 best phones. They got the Apple iPhone 13 mini. I don't know if I would agree with that. A mini. As soon as I heard the word mini, I'm just like, really? I don't know if I want a mini phone. Samsung Galaxy S21 is their number 2. Okay, again, I like Samsung. Number 3 was surprisingly, because according to the chart that you had the better camera, the Google Pixel 6.
Mm-hmm.
And the score between the top 3, they ranked Apple iPhone 13 mini as a 9.6, Samsung S21 a 9.4, Google Pixel 6 a 9.1. I think that's interesting how they have it. Number 4, the Apple iPhone 13. And this is not the mini, this is just the standard one. Number 5, OnePlus 5G LE2110. They ranked this as an 8.6. Then you got your number 6 Google Pixel 5a with a score of 8.2. Samsung Galaxy S21 ranked at 8.1. Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra ranked at 7.7. Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra ranked 7.3. And number 10 is the Google Pixel 6 Pro. Hold on a second. Google Pixel 6 Pro with a 7.2. Why is it ranked? Why? Google
I
Pixel
don't know.
6 Pro, and this one is the Google Pixel 6.
I wonder
They're
how they're weighting those rankings. Like they must be focusing on certain things.
this just says 10 best new phones according to these guys, and that's all they got. If you want more info, let's click on this more info. Oh, of course.
Affiliate links.
Affiliate link, jerks.
I think they're weighting the price very heavily on there.
You think it's based on price?
Well, probably because they want to get more affiliate sales.
So the mini is 729. The number 2, it's 1,200. The Samsung Galaxy S21. The Google Pixel 6 is 599. That's interesting. They don't really say much. They're literally like, here's our top. It's okay. There's a thing here at the very, very top that says 112 million consumers helped this year. So I think this was based on votes. Off of best reviews guide. I don't know if I agree with that lineup.
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree with that lineup. I do have another one. This is PCMag.com. I know you heard of these guys.
They're a little bit more credible, yeah.
Yeah. They have these are like their top picks on cell phones. Check it out. I'm gonna blow this guy up here again. Best iPhone for most people, Apple iPhone 13. And that one's priced at $829. Best Android flagship. I kind of like that. Best Android flagship. Google Pixel 6 Pro. And that one's listed at $1,180. Look at this. Best affordable 5G phone. This is the Samsung Galaxy A32 5G. $279. That's pretty good, dude. Best mid-range phone, the Google Pixel 6. Best pro camera features, the Apple iPhone 13 Pro Max. That one's at $1,099. The best ultra wide camera, OnePlus 9 Pro. That one's at $730. Best phone under 200 bucks. Oh, you ready for this? Motorola. Remember? Hello, Moto. The Motorola Moto G Power, $199. The best folding phone, it's the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3, $1,650. Best simple voice phone. Look at this, dude. It's called the Sunbeam F1. It's a flip phone. $195. And then the best. Ooh, you're gonna have to help me with this word. QWERTY? QWERTY?
QWERTY keyboard.
The QWERTY keyboard, best QWERTY keyboard. People are like, "What the hell's a QWERTY keyboard?" QWERTY keyboard is just a full-fledged keyboard with like buttons. It's the Unihertz Titan Pocket, and it's at $309. Of course, PC Mag has tons of stuff here to check out. Best phone deals of the week. You got your Google Pixel 6. Ranked number 1 at $599. They're saying that's a great deal to get. Do you need a 5G phone? Of course, they talk about this. Locked and unlocked iPhone, locked and locked phones. Actually, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about the difference between locked and unlocked phones?
So here in Canada, that's not a thing. All phones by regulation have to be unlocked here. They have to.
They have to be unlocked?
They have to be unlocked. And if you buy a phone, like when they first made that ruling a few years ago, if you had a phone that was locked, the company had to unlock it for you. Like you would call your service provider and they would unlock it.
Okay, what is the difference between locked and unlocked?
It's what provider you can use the cell phone on. I remember back in the day, you'd have to go to like some sketchy guy in the mall with a kiosk, or you'd have to find some of these random codes online and go in and unlock your phone, and you'd pay a few dollars for it. But now it's not a thing anymore here. Is that a thing still in the States?
I don't know. I just go to the store. I'm like, I like that one, and that's it, and I walk out.
Yeah, it's not a thing here anymore.
Maybe it's not a thing anymore. Unlocked. Okay, so according to this, it says unlocked phones are bought from a third-party store or directly from the manufacturer and aren't tied to a specific carrier. So you could probably get on Amazon, buy whatever phone, and then take it to your provider. Usually you can use them with AT&T or T-Mobile, but some popular unlocked phones work on all 3 major carriers. So for the most flexibility, look for a recent Apple iPhone, Google Pixel, Samsung flagship, or Motorola phone. Interesting. So here's the question. Are iPhones locked? Probably not, huh?
Like I said, all phones here are unlocked, so I don't know.
Bark, bark. He's like, no, they're not. Interesting. This thing doesn't say. This thing doesn't say. It just talks about. It says locked versus unlocked phones. So yeah, it doesn't say. It says in the past, unlocked phones typically worked on all major carriers, but 5G phones are a different story. Apple, Google, Samsung 5G phones will work on every major US carrier, but many other brands either have limited band support or are only certified for specific carriers. AT&T customers should take extra precautions. So, with me, I got Verizon.
So that's not necessarily the manufacturer of the phones. Well, it is and it isn't. They're just saying they're not specifying you can only use it on these companies. They're just, when they're making the phones, they're making them with certain bands depending on, I guess, the countries you're using it in. So if you might buy a phone from an international country, it may not have the band support to support all the bands that your carrier is using. You know what I mean? Because different companies use different bands for 5G, They use different bands for 3G, 4G, all that kind of stuff. So when you're buying a phone from somewhere outside of your country, you have to look at those things.
Yeah. Well, just looking at the top cell phones, these are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are their top 10 picks according to PC Mag. I would say all of these are unlocked because you can pretty much take them everywhere. So, they listed Apple, Google, Samsung, OnePlus. I'm pretty sure Motorola is unlocked also. I don't know about Sunbeam and Unihertz. Maybe those are locked.
Did you say Sunbeam?
Sunbeam F1 is the phone.
Oh my god. Don't they make like cheap refrigerators or something?
That I don't know.
Or microwaves?
That I don't know. Sunbeam, what the hell do you do?
I swear they make cheap refrigerators or microwaves or something like that.
Well,
Yeah.
those are the top 10 cell phones by category. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section below.
So the problem that I have with some of these top 10 websites is that I think there needs to be more focus in regards to ecosystems, right? Because people obviously want to make a decision as to what's best for them. But just like us, we don't want to know what the best iPhone is. So if we go to a category like what's the best battery life or what's the best camera, and then I think there should be two headings. There should be a heading for the people that are in the Apple ecosystem and a heading for the people that are in the Android ecosystem or the Samsung ecosystem or the Google ecosystem. You know what I mean? Like, I think there needs to be more headlines that are specifically cued towards ecosystems in general. People don't want to jump ecosystems as easy as they used to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. And like I said, me, I'm willing to jump from my ecosystem.
But you're still staying within the Android ecosystem though. So let's be real. Like you're still going to get all the things that you would have got from your previous phone. You might have some different UI tweaks that are different between Samsung and another Google phone, but you're still able to use all the same applications, all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting to see. Like I know I'm going to be facing a different interface. It's still going to be Google, which I should be able to do a lot of stuff that I like to do. But it definitely should. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting for sure. I have, like, right now I'm just reading some of this stuff. I'm really leaning on that Google Pixel 6 Pro. Like the website that you showed about some of the reviews on the cameras, it was what, top 3?
Yeah, it was up there. It was up there. I don't think it was top 3, but it was probably closer to top 5. But a lot of their
5?
presentations when we were looking at the Google releases was based around content creation. So if that's what your ideal is, it's going to be that. The only problem that I think you're going to run into is if you want a lot of local onboard storage, because I don't think those Google Pixels come with a terabyte. But do you really need a terabyte? You know what I mean? That's the thing. So you gotta choose what's really important to you and then go for that route.
I have 500 gigs on this phone.
But maybe they're giving you more cloud-based storage, right?
Let me see. I'm gonna look this up real quick. Google. Why is it not typing in? Google Pixel 6 Pro. When did this phone come out?
October 28th, 2021.
Oh, I don't want it.
It was 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
I don't care. As soon as you said 2021, I'm like, nope, because they're already working on the Google 7. And if that means I gotta wait just a month or two. This one has 128 gigs, which I don't think will be enough. How do I check my phone? I don't know if you know this.
For storage. You hit your settings button, and then you go down to I think you see it in apps. No.
General management, maybe. About phone.
About phone should have it.
So my about phone, there's a model number, serial number, status,
Oh, it's under battery now. So
battery,
you gotta find
battery and
your
device care.
yeah.
Okay, so here it is. I found it. One app with high battery is being used. What app is that? Doesn't tell me. Oh, it does tell me. Okay, so storage, I got 512 gigs. And I'm using 316 gigs.
Maybe you should start backing up your stuff then. Moving it off your phone.
As far as memory goes, I guess apparently I have a memory chip on this thing. It says memory on it. Oh, I think these are just apps.
No, that's your RAM.
Okay. I'm used out of my, so I got 12 gigs of RAM on this thing, bro.
Yeah.
I'm using half of it. 6.1. But that's what I'm saying. I never have issues with this thing because I have plenty of plenty, you know? So according to this Pixel, 128 gigs, I will die. I will not make it. I don't see an option. Oh, I do see an option. There's one for 256 gigs, and the price is astronomical. It doubles in price. It's close to $1,600. I wonder how much I spent on this phone. I don't remember now.
And maybe you need to go with the P50 Pro.
P50 Pro. Yeah, I'm very, you know, I am looking into, okay, so I was looking into getting a camera and to upgrading my camera that I have. And that camera I've been able to film and use. When I went to this trip in Colorado, I brought it with me, but I didn't use it once. I went through my SD cards and I pulled them all out. I got the drone, popped it in, started downloading, put it back in. I got it's funny, the action camera too. I put in a SD card, but I didn't format it. So I had to plug in the Action 2 to the computer, directly to the computer, and the camera and the images, the videos were all in its internal storage.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, cool, move everything over. And then I formatted that SD card and moved it to whatever I record to do it on the card. I grabbed my Action, the Osmo Action 1. Same thing. I pulled out my camera, my Canon, and it was empty. That card was empty. I'm like, why was it empty? You know? And so I popped in my phone and I plugged it in and I'm just like, okay, where's the video? So I'm just like, okay, here, that row, that row, that row, that row, that row. I was like, holy crap. So I'm just okay, grab, cut, paste. And then I'm just like, let me look at my camera. So then I put the SD card slot back into my Canon and I turned on the thing and I popped the screen over. It says no images. It says no nothing. There's nothing in it. And I'm just like, I did not use this camera. Holy crap. So I'm like, that's when I realized, stop looking for a camera and get a phone camera that's going to be killer, because I'm obviously using that a lot. So that's why I changed my whole mindset to that. Now, I know, we talked a lot about cameras. We talked a lot about like storage. Like storage is important too. We did talk about interfaces and actually usage. What is something that's important that I know people will always want to say, what is the best phone at a cheap price? And it's kind of like, you can't put those two things together, because the second you say, I want cheap and I want the best, it's already outdated. You got to get something that's not brand spanking new. And even if you do get something that's newer, there's, like you said earlier, there's going to be something that you're not going to like, or something that you're going to be missing, or something that you're going to wish you had, or something. But
Yeah, well, when you look at devices, well, at least for me, I always try to find out, well, what is the most common thing that people hate about it? And can you live with that? Right? Does that matter to you? Does it make a big difference to you? Right? So for instance, for the fold that I use, the biggest issue that most people will have with it is that the front facing screen, when it's folded, is really narrow. So it's hard to type. But using voice to text is really easy, so I don't mind using that, right?
Mhm.
So that could be a huge impact on somebody buying this phone. But for me, I don't really care, right? So you really have to do your research saying, okay, well, what is the most common thing that people hate about this phone? And how much of the value does that take away from the device that I'm going to be living with? I know last year, some of the most well rated, well rounded value phones was the S20 FE, the OnePlus Nords, and I think there was some of the Pixels, the 5A, I think, were on the Android side some of the most budget friendly devices that a lot of people were recommending.
Mm, it's interesting. So, what is it that you look for in a phone? Like, you personally, what is it that you look for when you are shopping around? And I know every time, it's funny because we could probably think of when we first got our first phone until now, and how much we've evolved within ourselves. Like, our reasons change every single time we go get a new phone, or maybe not.
Well, they do, and they do for different reasons. They do because we want certain things, and they do because certain features are taken out of phones now that we don't have a choice, right? So
Mhm.
if you want things like a headphone jack, well, good luck. If you want things that like putting in external storage, well, it's getting to a point where good luck. I mean, it is at that point. Good luck, right? When I used to look for phones, those were two big things for me because I didn't want a Bluetooth headphone. I didn't want another device to charge. I didn't. Now I don't really have a choice. Like you're not going to find a phone with a headphone jack. You're not
Mhm.
going to get it. And the external storage thing, you know, you might find it on some of the value end phones. You might find it on some of the international phones, but the mainstream phones, you're not going to get an external storage. So you lose that battle before you even pick it.
Mhm.
If you want to stay within certain ecosystems, right? But if you want to kind of go off kilter, then yeah, you can find those things that you're looking for. For me personally, I do need a minimum of 256 of onboard storage, a minimum. I do need a minimum of 12 gigs of RAM because on like not even using my phone right now, I'm using 8. So I can't get a phone with 8 gigs of RAM because you don't even have 8 gigs available. And I do editing on my phone a lot, like for video editing and even for photo editing. I do that majority, 99% of the time, on my phone. Now I start doing more video editing on my computer, but I still really do enjoy editing videos on my phone. And that does take a lot more processing power than, a standard user would need from a phone. So that 12 gigs is crucial for me, as well as having at least 256 of onboard storage. Ideally, I'd like 500 gigs, but I I don't want to spend what 500 gigs and a terabyte's going to cost. When I think more and more companies are going to be switching over to cloud-based storage systems. You know what I mean? I think that's going to become
Mhm.
more and more popular, that they're going to say, well, you don't need onboard storage because we're giving you included, you know, a terabyte of cloud-based storage systems. But what they're not going to tell you is they could be optimizing your image and your videos when you're uploading it and keeping it at a certain quality. You don't know, right?
Yeah.
That's like, you have to really read the fine print of what the upload looks like for these cloud-based storage systems. Because, for instance, when Google first came out with their Google Photo, you got a certain amount of space that was full quality, and then you had unlimited at some kind of optimized quality. So you have to really understand how these cloud-based services work and figure out, if you need to back up your stuff, what's the best way to do it. Because there are ways to build cloud-based storage from your own home where there are no limitations, and you can upload directly to a hard drive in your house anywhere in the world. You know what I mean? So if you want to get, that crazy about it, then you can. And you can end up saving money by doing things like that, depending on what you want to do with your tech. But
This is
those are
true.
two big things. For myself, I'm not really focused too much on the camera per se. At least right now, I'm not. Um, but for me, it's really about the optimizations for work, and that's why I enjoy using a bigger phone. I do a lot of web browsing, a lot of even Excel spreadsheets on my phone. So having the bigger screen works for me. If I was to pick another phone that wasn't a fold, it would have to be a large device in general. And I do pay close attention to, the screen to body ratio, because if the bezels are too big, it really feels like a brick.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
battery too, because I think I'm very particular about charging times.
Mm.
If my phone is dead, I need it to charge quickly. So I'm very interested in how fast the phone can charge, at least for the first 50%. Because, like, if you only have half an hour to charge your phone and then you're on the road again, that 50% is going to last you for the rest of the day easily. You know what I mean? If you forget to charge your phone at night, and you stop at like noon and you charge your phone 50%, you're going to be in another place where you can charge your phone another 50% before it dies.
Mhm.
So that first 50% of charging is really crucial for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with the 256 got to be minimum. You see, I'm already at 300. Um, I think I'm getting better when it comes to once I'm out and I come back home, I move the videos outside of my device. I'm getting better at doing that. And I think well, I don't think, I know that's what's taking the majority of my storage. And yeah, I think that's, kind of just getting into that motion. I think I could make 256 work. 500 is great because it's an out of sight, out of mind type of thing. I don't have to worry about it. And I'm at 300 right now. When it comes to the RAM, I 12 gigs for sure. I have to have that 12. It's power. One of the biggest things, like I said, I'm looking for has to be that camera because I'm using it a lot. I'm using that camera a lot, and most people nowadays, when they are taking pictures or when they're visiting family, to get memories, first thing they do is pull out their cell phone. So for me, it's important for it to take good pictures. For me, it's important to take good videos, and for me, it's important for having that stabilization within the camera. So leave us a comment below. Let us know what you guys think. What do you guys think I should get? Um, I'm on the verge. on looking. I'm right there. I'm like, okay, cool. It's time for me to upgrade my life. So make sure you guys leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think. What do you guys recommend? And yeah, next level. I see you. I see you. You got something to say. What do you got?
Well, it's almost impossible to make the decision until the first quarter of 2022 is over, because I feel like there's a whole bunch of announcements that's going to come out, and then you're going to be like, "Oh, I just picked this. Now I got to reevaluate my whole life." You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm looking into, so the app that I normally use for my videos is just the standard camera. I do have
Okay.
this one called Filmic Plus Pro,
Mhm.
which is a paid app, and it works pretty good. I just haven't used it as much, and I should. DJI has an app for their gimbal,
Mhm.
and I could record and do everything, but I don't use it. The problem with this phone and that gimbal is that this phone is very heavy. So it struggles, like I get this sometimes, like the jitter.
Right.
It's
Right.
it struggles to keep it up, and
Do
I'm
you
like,
take your
oh
case
my,
off of it?
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
I take the case off of it. So I'm I don't know. I think what I need to do is I need to play with that gimbal. I need to spend time in the app, and I need to figure it out, and I need to make it work. I also have a feeling that this gimbal is dying. It's old. It's an old gimbal. This is the first one that DJI came out with. It was like metal and stuff, it's
Sure.
it's high end for sure. The second one came out with like plastic, and I think the new one that just came out, the third one, is also plastic, and I'm kind of like, I don't know if I want plastic. It's definitely lighter, which is great,
Maybe the
but
solution is upgrading your gimbal and not your phone. Maybe that has better image stabilization built into the motors.
maybe. And you know what? That's probably something that I'm gonna have to look into. I have to look into upgrading my gimbal possibly. And I did think about that too. I'm just like, I probably need to upgrade my gimbal. I love this Osmo Action camera, the first one. It looks like a little GoPro and stuff. It works great. This Action 2, I'm really hoping that some of their accessories start coming out because I need those accessories. This thing's a little bit harder to use without accessories, but I've made it work so far, and I need some stuff here. So yeah, I guess stay tuned to the next episode because you never know what we're going to be talking about. And, we're getting into cell phones, we're getting into different ecosystems. We got freaking crypto. We got so many conversations happening right now. We always love to hear your guys' feedback, your guys' reviews, your comments. We've been going on YouTube, and we're pretty much replying to just about everybody when we do get a chance. So we do read your comments if we don't reply. So if you don't get a reply, we do read your stuff. Yeah, next up, one thing you got before we get the hell out.
You know what I always say, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in, checking out Beyond the Streams, wherever you guys are listening to the podcast. Make sure that you leave us a review so other people like yourself can find the content that you enjoy. If you are looking to be a part of the conversation or be a part of the community, make sure that you check out the Beyond the Streams YouTube channel. We also have live streams every Thursday around 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as well as the Beyond the Streams Clips channel, which is BS Clips, to find small little bite-sized pieces of the conversation. You never know where the conversations are going to go. You never know who we're going to have on. So make sure you have those notifications turned on and you follow us everywhere that you can. So you guys, make sure you check out the videos and the links down in the description, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Peace.